Hello everyone, I'm Jesus and welcome to the next episode of the Road to Old School MTG. In this episode, you're going to see gameplay video from the Vanguard event that I mentioned in a previous video. So I'm going to explain Vanguards in general, I'm going to explain the Vanguard event, and then I'm going to give details about this particular match that you're going to see on video. So first, just explain what Vanguards are. So first of all, the idea of Vanguards started, I believe, in 1995, 1996, around mid-90s. So a few years after traditional old school 93, 94, but it's an old mechanic. So basically, Vanguards are characters. I would say they're similar to Planeswalkers in that it's a character, and there's effects on it, but a Planeswalker is a separate entity, and you control it, right? For Vanguards, we are the character, and whatever it says, that's how we start the game off. So for this event, first of all, the event was held in Days Time Warp in Cedar Grove, New Jersey. This was the Spooktacular event, so it was Halloween themed Vanguards created just for this event. So the one I chose was Imhotep the Mummy. So left side corner is your hand size modifier, so +0. So I started with still just 7 cards, and I still had a 7-card maximum hand size. Over here, starting life total, so at -4. So every game I started with 16 life. So for my ability, for my Vanguard, pay 3, gain a ritual counter. You may draw and then discard a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 10 or more ritual counters, you win the game. So this is a very strong effect. And for me, I I ended up doing the deck for this Vanguard. So let me show my deck. So first of all, as a template, it took Will Magram's the deck, which he used and won, I believe, the Summer Derby with. I just changed a few cards because I thought naturally the deck works really nice with this particular Vanguard, so I didn't think it needed much change. Let's see. Oh, and another thing. Days Time Warps in general is a proxy-friendly space, so in order to have this version of the deck, I had to proxy some cards. Originally I made the version for Eternal Central, which the originator of the deck, Brian Weisman, that's his preferred format. So I made the deck according to that deck list, right? But this deck is for Atlantic, which is the one I have the most experience with. I've barely played any Eternal Central, honestly. So I had to do some practice, but like I said, this event and just Days Time Warp in general is proxy friendly. So if you're surprised to see some cards here, that if you've been watching my channel, like, wait, when did he get that? That's the reason why I still don't have these cards. Like the Black Lotus, it's just a proxy, right? So to be clear, these are my proxies. So since this version of the deck is more heavy on red, these 3 volcanic islands are proxies. Of course, the Black Lotus is a proxy. The Mirror Universe is proxy. And I needed 2 more copy artifacts. I only have 2. The other 2 are proxies. So that's 2, 3, 4, 7, plus this dual land. This is the red-white dual land. I forget the name. That's another proxy. So 8 proxies total. Everything else are real cards. So the changes I made from Will Magram's regular deck is very minor, because I just thought the deck fits very nicely with this Vanguard. Honestly, and originally I wanted to do Victor Frankenstein. So the main thing I liked it was the +1 hand size. I thought, of course, with the deck and your card draw, that's huge, which it is. And I like the effect here, so I can remove any number of creature cards from graveyard, and then I get a legendary creature token with power toughness equal to the total power and toughness of all the cards removed. So that would have been my win con, but I was afraid that I was going to face a lot of control decks, which also had no creatures, and then which would negate this effect. And then I place tested a bit with it, but in general, I like the Mummy more. So I thought that was a better connection to the deck. All right, so my main idea for winning was mana ramp. Actually, yeah, that's my only difference. I just did a lot of mana ramp, more than this deck originally has, which honestly has quite a bit of already. So I just bumped it up from 10 to 11. And that's it. And then I kept everything else. The sideboard is a bit more original, definitely, so I'll talk about that. But from what I see, only like 4 cards are different. No, 6. So originally there's only 2 Flower Stones, if I'm not mistaken. I bumped it up to all 4. And then there was no copy artifact, so I bumped it. I added 4. So I felt all of these gave me more mana. I would outpace my opponent. And honestly, of course, for me to gain more mana, in general, I win faster. But against the mirror match, the player with the most mana rocks is going to win. And you got to protect your own, right? So you know some of yours is going to die off. And you got to kill your other opponent's mana rocks. So there's going to be a mana rock battle going on. So I need redundancy. I need to outpace him, not just for get more mana, but just because in general, they're going to have a lot of mana as well, right? So you got to be over them, or else you're going to lose first. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, so that was my game plan. So those are 6 cards, and I think everything else I kept. Let's see. Yeah, 4, 2, 6. So the main card I took out here were, I believe, 3, maybe 4 James Day's Tomes. So that's a traditional component of the deck. That gives it outpaces the opponent with card advantage. Little by little, you establish your mana base. You have more mana than the opponent, enough where you can tap to draw a card and still have mana open to react. But since my Vanguard, naturally, maybe it doesn't give me card advantage, but it gives me card selection, which is almost as good. So for this token, so I get a ritual counter, but I also draw and discard a card. So it's the little book is called, right? The 1, 2 colorless, and it gives you this effect. But the way I thought about it is, I'm not gonna pay 4 to draw a card when I could pay 3 and get closer to winning the game. And that's when I originally had this, and I was I still had the tones, and I was doing this thing here. Even for this one, it was tricky with this effect. I'm like, okay, well, actually, I'd rather just do that. You know, doesn't matter how many cards I have too much. I just gotta, it still matters, right? I think, yeah, it matters a bit more with this one. But yeah, when I had them, like, like they were so, with this particular Vanguard. But even more so, they were just, I never, even if I cast it, I didn't even use it once. So I'm like, okay, I took them all out because this effect was good enough that I prefer to put that man into winning and getting card selection, right? So it's still, so that gave me a quasi hand advantage. So I took out those tomes that allowed me to put in more mana rocks and the copy artifacts. And of course, I took out some other things as well. I forget what it was. But this is my 60 card deck. From the sideboard, I kept, I would say, this bottom and the disenchant. So my differences is I added 2 Armageddons, 2 Refagots, and 2 Mace of Is. There was another Vanguard. Actually, the Frankenstein Vanguard I was afraid of. So I put in 2 Mace of Is against that one because they could they could remove their own creatures, or of course my creatures. Of course, they didn't know I had no creatures, but they could have and made a big token. And I was just at end of turn, and that's from an effect from the Vanguard. You can't really react to that. I can destroy the creature, but I can't stop them from making that creature, right? So it was scary. So I put in these two Mace of Ith just in case. But in general, I put them in against other decks as well. In general, they were useful. The Armageddon is actually my own personal touch against the mirror match, or just against control in general. Since I was confident on my Mana Rock ramp, I thought the Armageddon would be a good tech against the mirror match, or just against another control player in general, because I could still do things even if I blew up my own mana. Because two things I fear about the mirror match, where we're both playing the deck or we're both playing control, but also we're both using the mummy, was that even if we're not reacting to each other, whoever has the most mana, once there's a stalemate, whoever has the most mana, they're gonna win. And I needed to make sure I was ahead at all times. So the deck naturally has 2 disenchants and 1 Divine Offering, so that's 4 cards. So additional disenchant and Divine Offering, so I definitely brought them in against the mirror match or against control. But in addition, that takes care of the mana rocks, so maybe I have more than them, or I destroy them, so by default I have more. So that's one part of the equation. But what about the lands? Nothing else deals with lands. Let's say they didn't get that much mana ramp, but they dropped the land every turn, and I didn't. So they still have mana advantage over me. So I figured this would deal with both things. So now this artifact destruction to deal with the mana rocks, but there's also land destruction to deal with the lands in case either we're even or they're ahead, or maybe even if I'm slightly ahead, but I have way more artifacts, I'm still gonna blow it, because I rather have the security that we're both even with land 0, but I'm way ahead with artifacts. So that was my reasoning for it. And actually in game 4, you're going to be seeing this in action. And to talk about now this particular game that you're going to see. So I was up against Frankenstein, actually, right? Oh no, my mistake. This one, Dracula. So +0 hand size, but it started with +2 life, so 22 life starting hand total, life total. 3 colorless, put a bite counter on target creature and tap it, you gain 1 life. 6 colorless, gain control of target non-artifact creature with a bite counter on it. So, I just realized non-artifact. So, because the only thing I feared was that they were going to tap my Mishra's Factory, that's my only creature. And they could have gained control of it. But later on, I learned that even if they controlled it, it was just going to be one turn, because the Mishra's Factory eventually stops being a creature. Then I would have gotten it back. But it still had a bite counter on it, right? So, but it's a non-artifact, so they couldn't have gotten control of it anyway. It never happened anyway, right? So either one, but still. So for this game that you're gonna see, basically the effects, almost all of everything about this has no effect on me, so that's to my benefit. And even the life total, I only went through my win con. I had no plan B. If I didn't win through that, I lost. So this is the Vanguard my opponent is using in the match you're going to see. And just to explain the games in total, so this event was 4 matches. Match 1 I lost 1-2 to the eventual winner. Match 2 I won 2-0, I believe. Those 2 I did not record, but I recorded the last 2, match 3 and 4. So for match 3, that's the one that you're seeing right now. So I was 1-1 by this point. And then you're going to see in the next video, match 4. So I think this lays the groundwork really well for you guys to understand Vanguards, my deck, and where I am in the tournament at this point. So let's go into the video now. Okay, got it.
Do you break? Do you break this? Right?
Yeah.
Cut this.
Yep. 2, 4, 6, and plus 2. Okay, let me read yours this one. Very feature and tap it. Do one line. And you gain a life. Okay.
Volcanic. Chain.
Yep. So down. Yep.
Pass.
Go. Come on.
Okay.
Time will turn. Pass. 5. And the turn, divine offering. Again, a line. 14. My turn.
I do exactly what
Cedar. One flowing.
Yep. He lands.
Yeah, let's go for it. Pass one.
End of turn. I'll make a token for my ability. Draw a card. And I gotta discard. Discard. Go to my turn. Draw. Land. Pass. 4 cards.
Activate.
Yep.
Check.
Disenchant.
Okay, pass one.
Make a token. I won't draw a card. Just a token. My turn. Draw.
I can't even I don't think that
And tap, I'll activate it.
Which mana are you using to tap him?
Itself.
Oh, you're using himself to activate him?
Yep.
Okay, well, both.
Yeah. Okay. Good person.
No. I think you're good. Okay.
Make it a neck. I'll let it die. Pass. What's that?
Oh wait, it's cross charging? So what if I bring a shot horizontal?
800.
Yeah.
Activate.
We need to bring a second playmat.
Type 2.
Yeah, I have a lot of playmats.
Swords.
Yeah. You didn't practice your flips. Yeah.
Does it change your mods?
I'll make a token on a turn. Three.
Because if it doesn't land,
I will draw the card.
Bird's good, Goblin's good.
Discard.
I'll pass turn.
Draw.
Yeah, that's...
Power. Pass. Two cards.
Redo the whole thing. Yeah, so you don't,
Hold you.
you don't want to die. Yeah.
11.
Pass turn.
Make a token on a turn. 4. I won't draw.
Power of the artifacts.
Draw. Tap.
Now, with the wisdom on it too,
So I just play this. Tap. The Manicura. I'll pass.
for this Jeskai. Or like, you have 9, 10, 11, and all the companions. Well, 11 has also which also comes with Rory. Okay, so you could do Rory. Rory 8 so we have that.
So how would it work if I attacked you
Yeah, you could have these
and
as
you
your 2.
activate
I
him?
can't make it a 3/3 because it has so many seconds.
But can I tap him using my vampire?
Yeah, oh yeah. In fact, I freaking forgot about that.
It's like a letter.
So type of 2.
Yeah, no, I'll take it. Yeah, you can definitely tap it before it blocks.
Chain lightning.
It's not.
Let me think.
It's on very
Basically, like,
I can't respond.
Okay. Pass turn.
One go. 1, 2, 3, 4. The abyss.
Okay.
Pass.
So I know, I have like 4 choices on this deck.
Activate this.
Last turn.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
2.
There was some
Pass turn.
other than
Can I make a token? My turn.
some pivot turn where I could have done it, and I kept on trying anymore.
Another one.
1, 2, 3. Make a token. 5. Draw a card. Discard.
Get the prize. What if you just like splash?
Pass. Two cards.
Blast. Pass turn.
Yesterday I played
Make a token. 6. I'll draw a card.
I was playing Optimus Prime, the Universe Beyond deck, and I played
Discard.
before
Yes, sir.
and he just like stopped working.
Draw.
You can probably cut it to put it in the other. Because, I mean, I already have
Pass. Two cards.
a decent stream. So you can play
Anyway.
real modifiers are if they have the yeah. Yeah, it's like it has to have like the yeah, as long as it has the
Make a token, draw a card. It's still in the stack. Oof. So I gotta discard.
I wish Sally's was
That'll be 4 then. Shit. No, I can't. I have to keep one. 1, 2, 3. Make a token. Draw a card. Discard. You got it. Add 2 swords. Yeah, that's a hard one. I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll keep.
I'll keep. I chose a 4.
Yep. Ooh. You got. Let me keep 1.
Keep this guy. Pass turn.
Draw. 3. Attack.
Take 2.
Pass 2 cards.
that's yeah, this is a big doctor. We have artisans
Pass
in
turn.
the
Volcanic myself. I mean, ancestral myself. 1, 2, 3. Pass. 3.
Attack.
Take it.
Pass turn.
Up. 1, 2, 3. Make a token. I won't draw. Regular draw. Yeah, I'm playing. Pass 2 cards. Tiny bit.
Wheel.
You played a land? The city, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Discard. 5, 6.
But you know what? At the right before I discard out, I'll take out this guy right here.
Oh, you had that. Which one?
The Mox, the black one.
Alright, so 2, 2, 4, 6. I'm thinking about. Nah, I still have enough. Yeah, I'll let it die. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep, pass turn.
Make a token on a turn. I'll draw a card. Fungibility. Discard.
white still. I can technically kill them all. Basically cannot plus 5 damage.
Discard. My turn. I'm not gonna draw.
That's when you play
Two, 3, 4, 5. Take a damage. Twist you for 5.
Oh wow. Karma's a bitch, huh?
So you keep 2, right? 2. Keep these 2. Yep.
That's a bowler hand.
Yeah. Pass. Vanguard.
Good job. Activate.
Yep. Take it.
2.
11.
3.
10, 9, 8.
Switch your mind. Strip your factor. A pass turn.
One draw. Strip your factor. I'm doing that before I forget. Tundra. Pass 5.
Surrender.
Yeah.
Pass turn.
Make a token end of turn 3. I want to draw. Wait. 1, 2. No. I'm good. I'll go to my turn. Draw. 2, 3. Take a damage 4. Shit. The Abyss.
Okay.
Pass.
I guess I take a point, right?
Yep, and it dies.
Pass turn.
Pass.
Pass turn.
Make a token. 4. No draw. That's all I do. One tap. One draw. Pass.
Might as well technically shoot if you want. Nothing else. Crit.
Pass turn.
1, 2, 3. Make a token. 5. No draw.
Alright, well, this is your last minute.
1, 2, 3. Make a token. No draw. 6. Go to my turn.
Sir, they are clear.
Make a token now. 7. Draw. Discard. Pass.
It's still one point javelin. Doesn't matter how powerful it is.
Pass turn.
I go to my turn. 1, 2, 3, 6. Mirror Universe. I
I will
pass.
counter it.
Yeah, it's dead.
Pass turn.
No tokens. Draw. For the token.
White Knights and Orders that I didn't see. You got 4 of each in there,
Draw a
right?
card.
White Knights and Orders.
Discard. Play a land. Pass. 4 cards.
That's right.
Make a token. 9. I'll go to my turn.
They were very cheap back then. That was
Pass. Vanguard.
That's right.
The token. I'm at 10.
Good.
I'm keeping.
Got the Morgan. Fuck. I should have kept the first one.
Yeah, it was. I was just about to. If the second was worse than the first.
I'm gonna try and sort my board.
Alright, so I was actually supposed to hold up my spots.
Alright, go for it.
That's right.
His hard pass.
I actually walked out the
That was nice.
If it was a 2,
I don't care. Like, if I did
I was like, and I was like, no. So 3 is why it's at 3.
Going all in.
Pass. 5.
You can't complain.
No, I'm playing Frankenstein. I'm playing the Jack and
Yeah.
That's right.
I'll sort it. My turn. Mox.
Did Ryan tell you who won?
Pass. 4 cards.
I think so. I think the next time
That's
will
right.
be something else cool because the extra stuff is fun.
Some check.
I was thinking
And a turn.
because they just gave me
So
the
my turn. And draw. Ah, the abyss.
it's like every turn cycle, you roll a dice on the 1 or 6 and put the top one. Whatever happens on the card happens. Or,
Pass.
you're at like with my dog.
It was like down to the ladder. 6
I should fall in the spot.
Activate.
Yep.
Attack.
Lightning bolt.
Okay. Sign of blast.
Yeah, I'll take those. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right.
I'll make a token and a turn. Yeah, I'll draw. Discard. Draw. Pass 4. Yeah.
That's
1, 2, 3. Make a token in a turn. 2. Draw a card. Discard. Yeah, discard card. Go to my turn.
For those who like sell their collection and buy a house during the pandemic, that's such a good they locked in the low interest and then that was and then also like all the drugs were like hanging out right after that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Red. Fireball for 3. Pass.
Before the pandemic, she cannot buy a gas even like a super. I have just like for
just before.
just like 3 more.
No black.
Oh.
Oh,
I play elf in Vermont.
one more.
Yeah. And then put the money right towards
Let me
the
think.
right there.
Oh, I'm tapped out. I was waiting for minors. Yeah, I'm tapped out. Take it. Then pass.
You sold that and you can't even buy it.
Yeah, he didn't get but that's working.
My castle. Ooh, nice.
Where are you gonna go?
I played this one last turn. So we can trade. Oh yeah, I'll trade. Block. Pass. Yeah. But how's the 10? Oh, I hit that. So 7. The token 3. I'll draw a card. Discard. Go to my turn. Draw. Pass.
I mean, like,
Two.
basically, the mortgage rate based on the Fed rate.
1, 2, 3. Make a token 4.
Stay there, but it's going to stay there for you.
No draw. I'll go to my turn.
Oh my god.
Pass. One, 2, 3, 5. Draw a card. Discard. Go to my turn. Draw. Pass.
No, not really. I just watched it.
I feel like it does. I would imagine that you know especially more than you sort of
1, 2,
but people don't.
3, 6. Draw a card. Discard. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I'll make another token. Draw a card. card. This card, go to my turn.
See, I never do that much about poking, so.
Draw.
Getting to the sovereign mortgage.
Pass one card.
Now 8 to your 3.
Yeah, it does.
Data coding,
Because originally I was doing
each one of its bonus
I
It starts with cards in hand, and draws them like
That's fine.
1, 2, 3. Make the token. Okay, 3. Make the token. Three. Up to 10.
There you go. Good game.
Yeah. Oh. That was tight. Okay.